Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow. Or farming, I'm enhancing my glow. Ain't gon' argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Got it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't afford it. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gon' be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come up from the bottom. Scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before I ever was balling. Started with hope before ever reward. They ain't show up till I became important. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? The Classic Codes disclaimer. This live stream is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. All statements made are alleged, opinion-based, and a part of a public discussion. We are content creators reacting to publicly available information, not journalists or legal professionals. Nothing stated should be interpreted as factual claims or assertion of wrongdoing. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the Classic Codes. Classic. 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 I'm only gonna do this once.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I get you, boy, made different. I work too hard, ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people trying, it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish at me. I got these hoes in the friends. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree. Yeah, I'm out here planting seeds, cause I got a lot to leave. I be putting in long hours, I ain't gotta stop to breathe. I be putting in long hours, I ain't gotta stop to sleep. Yeah, I'll put in that time, put in work, I'm a different breed. Work ethic, marine, mama mentality, shout out the bean. Coach like sweat, society T. I'm in this working out clean. Bad work, 5 punch combination, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. I'm made different, I work too hard, ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud, you ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with me. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me.
It ain't even about being a real dude or a fake dude or
Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes, and I got a great live show for y'all, man. As everybody files in, make sure you do all the free stuff. Hit the like and subscribe button on your way in and share this to your favorite and primary social media platform. Give them an opportunity to form an opinion on whether or not they want to rock with the Classic Codes. Yes, Lord. Yep, as content creators, that's all we can ask for. Let me do a quick roll call real quick. This is the best daytime live show on all streaming platforms, the Classic Codes, man. Yes, sir, it's undebated. There ain't no debate. And I got the best chat on all streaming platforms. Yes, Lord, chat 333. Tap in. Yes, sir. Who in here? Who in here? Tez, what's going on? 333. Uh-oh, we got Tez in the building early. It's problematic. It's problematic, chat. Walk down situation. Roger. He said, punch that like button. Super Mac, what's up? Lil Penny, what's going on with it? Big Sco, what's going on? Big Sco. Let's see who else in the building. Aries, what's going on? She said, hey, Classic. Mods and chat. Miss Washington, what's going on? Who else in here? Urban Tactic, what's good, bro? What's happening with it? Housey, what's going on? Said, what's good, family 333? What's happening with it? Rashad, yo. Candy, what's up? You already know what it is. What's up? Teresa, what's going on? Indigenous, I like the name. What's going on? Major P, what's going on? Yes, Lord. Yay. YN check-in. What's going on? Miles Bachelor, what's going on? The chat should be a little cleaner today. We got it on subscriber only, all right? So it should be just a little bit cleaner because of that today. But as people come in, they probably going to be subscribing anyway, so we'll see if it really even helps. Let me see. Diane said, go get them, guys. We won't let you down, Nolan. Oh, no, we tapped in for sure.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ari said, I know that you are straight, Classic. I always share to my FB and Threads platform. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Y'all know I cuss a little bit, so you know, for all y'all friends that can't handle grown folks commentary, you know what I mean? Forgive me, Lord. Super Max said reposting. Yeah, but listen, I'm trying to protect me from myself. Every time I get a little excited, I just hit him with the. So I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? K Monique, what's happening? What's happening? Let's get into the show, y'all. Let's get into the show. We got a great show. Just some minor updates and some mostly speculation, but I won't call the update minor. But then we got some things we want to look into from an investigation standpoint. And obviously we're going to use words like allegedly. We're going to use words like speculate. We already did the disclaimer. Those things are for me, right? The content creator. Y'all in the chat, y'all, you know, for the most part, as long as you keep it respectful, you know, say what you got to say. We're going to start off with Christine Wansley, all right? She is under attack. Now, we know that they've been receiving harassing calls, and we know that I didn't report on it personally, but there have been people that were, you know, giving her false bad reviews for her job. Well, now it's gone another level. So we're going to tap in. We're going to tap in with Poetic Flacco. Shout out to Poetic Flacco, another great content creator. That's Poetic spelled with a K at the end. And then Flacco, F-L-A-K-K-A, I believe. Oh, no, K-K-O, I believe. But yeah, if you type in anything close to it, he'll come up. He lit on YouTube. He been in the space for a while, and he doing his thing. We're going to tap in with him for the updates and react to it. Let's move.
Wells family is making me angry. This is just flat out evil. According to TMZ, the Mississippi Nursing Board has launched an investigation into Nolan Wells' mom for professional misconduct because some white supremacists sent in some fraudulent complaints to get her zapped. These are the same people who, by the way, has filled like her personal review for health professionals. They filled that with like 1 star. So they're bombarding her with 1 stars. Now they're leaving fake complaints that are resulting in official investigation. Now, I'm not sure what the implications of this are. Like, I don't know if this stays on her record, if like employers could see that she was under investigation at some point, but this is not cool, bruh. They're adding to the trauma this woman is receiving. Check this out, man. So Nolan Wells' mom, Christine Wansley, is having her professional conduct called into question, but her family attorney, Benjamin Crump, says it's just a bogus intimidation tactic, which I'll be real, I feel like the nursing board should know this. Like, they should know, especially with like the negative, like with the 1 star reviews they've been leaving, they're doing anything to try to hurt this woman. Here's the deal. Crump announced Wednesday that the Mississippi Board of Nursing has undertaken a professional misconduct investigation into Christine's job performance based on an anonymous complaint filed against her after Nolan's death. Crump says the complaint is a warning shot at a grieving mother. They're able to do something this evil so effortlessly because they don't view people who look like me and you as humans or as peers. They just don't. They don't view Christine as a grieving mother who just lost her son about 3 weeks ago. They view her as an obstacle and a nuisance. They view her as somebody who's exposing the system of white supremacy. They view her as somebody who's able to come in and call attention to the prejudice. These sheriffs, detectives, whoever they are, came to like Horns Island, seen a dead body, and within an hour said no foul play. Without any investigation within a circumstance, no foul play, investigation closed, and she's exposing that and bringing attention to that. They're bringing attention to prejudices and white supremacy within the legal system, and they can't stand it. Right. So,
well, here's the thing. Shout out to Flacco for this report and this update. And it's unfortunate that this is the case. Again, we always send positive frequencies, prayers, and blessings out to the Wansleys and the Wells family. It's to my understanding from what I've heard, and I'm gonna do some more digging on it and give y'all a episode or a segment about that as well. Nolan was allegedly related to Ida B. Wells. If y'all don't know who Ida B. Wells is, you know what I mean, just do a little more research.
The Chicago nigga.
But yeah, so it's kind of eerie and ironic, but yeah, man, we have to make sure we stay positive with regards to what we're speaking over the Wansleys. I indicated that at the end of yesterday's live stream, and I'll indicate it again here. Speak about the reality that you want. The reality that I want is for them to get the truth about what happened to their child. Now, furthermore, if that truth involves some foul play, I want justice on the back end and proper protocol to be put into place for those who did what was done, should it come back that something was done. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a snowball effect, if you will. But the priority here is we're working for the Wansleys, right? We're trying to get answers as to what exactly happened with Nolan Xavier Wells. And so in the midst of simply trying to seek answers and trying to deal with the pain, the stress, the grief, the agony, and the anguish that comes along with the situation that they're in, now you have people who are upset that you want to know what happened to your deceased child. They are upset. They feel disrespected by the fact that you want to know what happened to your child. Although these same people believe that it was just an accidental drowning. So if you believe, truly believe that it was an accidental drowning, then you should be perfectly fine with her locating, finding out, and investigating for the truth, even at a minor inconvenience to you. No? That's what I'm saying. So the fact that so many people feel some type of way about the fact that she's looking for the truth, it lets me know that in your gut, in your core, in your first and second brain, you understand that it's some bullshit in the game, and you'd like for those people to get away with it. That's exactly what's going on. Even a C student could see what's going on, right? You feel I'm not calling anybody guilty. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not calling anybody guilty. I'm saying that the disheartenment that you have for her pursuit of understanding for what happened to her child lets us all know how you really feel and where you really at.
Classic.
And I'm grateful for it. I think more people who live in America need to have a proper understanding of what the populace of our country really thinks like. Yeah, that person you drive past in traffic, that person that you walk past in the produce aisle, what do these people that I be outside around every day, trusting that he doesn't blow the stop sign as I proceed and knock me out of commission? Trust me, you have to have faith in other people just to go outside. Well, if I have to have faith in other people to operate in society, I'd like to have some level of an understanding of kind of how the majority of you folks think. And I think situations like these give us a census. It gives us a census, right? We gain deeper understanding of the fabric of the belief system of our country through situations like these. Because why you mad that she want the truth?
Classic.
It's very interesting. Perplexing. Let me get to the chat a little bit before we proceed with Flacco. Let me see. I'm trying to scroll up a little bit to get as many of these as I can. It should be fairly manageable until it ain't no more. Make sure that you know super chats guaranteed. Mal sent 1,000 jewels early, 2 jewels coming in from Elizabeth. I appreciate you, Elizabeth. Very consistent with her jewel dropping. I see you, Elizabeth. Gratitude. Let me see. Tristan in the building. What up, T? Let me see. Okay, he been doing a great job as well. Let me see. Elizabeth said, hi, classic. Justice for Nolan. Yes, Lord. Housey said, why them people harassing and sending death threats not getting persecuted? They doing it for Nancy Grace. Yeah, that's the thing, right? The FBI investigated somebody who had threatened the judge, right? But the FBI ain't investigating none of these threats and harassment that Christine is receiving. Nobody's been arrested on that front, right? Or even going so far as just to comb through and scrub the validity of the negative reporting that she's receiving, right? Or the FBI don't do no work for the Wansleys at all. They're not the actual victims in the situation, right? So that's what I'm saying. We have to and listen. The FBI came out and expressed their involvement. They're there to investigate the threats. Well, we're here to tell you, Federal Bureau of Investigation, that the Wansleys are receiving threats. Can you investigate some of those? Can you arrest some people for some of those? Or is that not on high on the list of priorities? I'm just asking, right? It seemed to me like government officials watch this video and get more upset at me than they would at what I'm saying, right? the fact that we're questioning whether or not they want to do their job the integral way. I'd hazard to guess that the Wansleys are receiving more threats than Judge Cole. Is it Cole or Nicole? I don't know. Right? I would hazard to guess that the Wansleys are getting more threats than the judge, and then Warren and Wyatt and Bart and who else? I would bet the over on the parlay for the Wansleys. Who getting more threats? Elmore and Christine versus everybody over there. Who y'all think getting more threats? But the feds ain't arrested nobody on that front. So, sometimes these, the white supremacist infrastructure that created the system, I don't think that everybody who's infiltrated the government has bad intentions, but do they have enough wiggle room, enough power, and enough pull to actually accomplish something? It's like that. So at the root of this thing, you got some real sinister people, allegedly. And so every once in a while, they just show you their teeth. They show you their teeth. They show you exactly what they own. They show you exactly how they feel. When you stand up and try to say, hey, we don't like that, they just slap their little dick on the table. Emphasis on little. That's why they mad, chap. That's why they mad. Let's see what else. Let me see. Tristan said, I've been trying to keep up great coverage on this. Thank you, T. Appreciate it, dog. Classic. At the chat. Hey, listen, I'll be surprised if anybody keep up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been working like a dog. You know what I mean? Not even just on this. I've been putting out my regular content too. It's just getting flooded. You know what I mean? Ye said they putting her job on the line, but be quick to call us the monsters. We need another civil war. Ye be trying to turn up in the chat. Shout out to the
Classic.
YN. Hey, I understand that. Hey, you the one they want to keep down. Them the one they want to put y'all in dresses so bad. They don't want them YNs to stay violent. Because all they got to do is direct it in a revolutionary direction, and it'll be all she wrote. You know what I'm saying? 85 Qual says, state your source, Jalen Brown. Diane said, I pray Christine takes a sabbatical. My sister right now took 3 months off. Miss Carmen, no arrest. Nah. Belinda, what's going on? Let me see. Anything to dodge accountability. You know it. You know that. Sharon, how you doing? Checking in, having a good evening. Yes, Lord. Welcome in. I'm just trying to get through a couple of these, and then we're going to move. Let me see. Inspector Classic. Oh, they call for Inspector Classic. Hey, look, I'm still getting warmed up. We ain't even getting into
Sick.
It is coming. Let me see here. Tania said justice for Nolan Wells. What up, Tania? Tristan said if it was an accident, why did they immediately go into self-preservation mode at the end of the night? Make it make sense. Hey, listen, these are simple questions, right? April said greetings. What's up, April? Housey said facts. Let me see. She said right. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Oh, yeah, Tristan. Oh, yeah, good message, Tristan. He said like and subscribe. Road to 10K. We almost there. We about 1,000 away. We could get it today if everybody lock in. Everybody who here with some positivity in their heart, they hit that subscribe button. We can get to 10K today. I believe that. Because probably about 40,000 people going to spin through here. Ted said, how are they attacking this woman? How they are attacking this woman is exactly what I expected after reading the comments live last night. Yeah, your live show was crazy. Y'all go tap in with the Tez down. DJ, what's going on? Good evening, fam. New York/Connecticut on the check-in. You're Rashad said they scared, which is why they trying to bully the mother of Nolan, the family, and content creators covering this case. Yeah, it is what it is, though. We standing up in their chest. Let's see. Candy said, oh, that's kind of dope. I like the way you worked that Inspector Classic in. Oh, you know how it's going, Candy. We producing shit over here. You know what it is. OG Moses. Candy, check your DM later, too. I'm trying to collab with you on something. A couple of y'all, actually, ladies. We bringing the Queen Codes back. OG said, this is called population reverse psychology. Somebody has ties with the FBI. Interesting. We're going to say allegedly on the end of that. They are waiting for the smoke to clear and for us to move on to the next thing to sneak and say no foul play. No, the smoke will not be clearing.
Classic.
We will not be moving on.
I'm only gonna do this once.
And it won't be no time where it died down for them to say nothing. Yep. If that's the plan, waiting us out ain't gonna work.
Classic.
Hey, listen. I don't care if I'm the last one left. We just gonna take this shit to 10 million subscribers because I ain't stopping. Hey, listen. And Nancy Grace says she not gonna stop until she finds out exactly what happened to Nolan, and we gonna hold her ass to it too. So between me, Nancy Grace, who else I heard make a promise? Trent Out Loud. Trent Out Loud said he gonna stay on the case. His ass try to throttle down. We gonna get on his bumper too. Yeah. No. In the case of Nolan Wells and all the other brothers who went down to some of these seeming rituals that happened around the same time, which happened to be some type of historic anniversary for the country, right? But we're all reaching. For all of the brothers that fell victim to these alleged things, we standing up in the
Classic.
It ain't. We not doing that. We not doing. If they waiting on that, they gonna be waiting. Don't hold your breath. You know, straight like that. Let's move.
He's 100% correct when he says, yo, they meant to pressure and scare her into staying quiet. He says the person who filed it is too embarrassed to put their name on it. So they filed an anonymous complaint. And it's crazy how somebody can file an anonymous complaint that leads to an investigation. So he adds, it's a distraction, it is intimidation, and we will not let it stand. Christine had part of her identity stolen from her the day that Nolan died. Now someone is trying to take another piece of it. The cruelty knows no bounds. Crump says the timing of the complaint is incredibly suspicious, arguing Christine never received any complaints before. But all of a sudden, one comes out of the blue right after Nolan dies. He says this just shows the family is asking the right questions and they'll keep at it. No truer words have been spoken. If her investigation was not effective, if she wasn't putting pressure on people, if she wasn't holding people accountable, then they wouldn't be after her. There will be no need. Because what reason do you have to go after a grieving mother? Now, Nolan Wells' mom will respond back to, all the evil stuff that's been done to her. And even her messaging, as of lately, is still powerful and still strong. And she reiterated, all she's asking for is an investigation.
Classic.
All she's asking for is answers. She's not pointing fingers at anybody. All she wants is an investigation.
Classic.
Hey, Bears. Let me say this.
All right, y'all. Y'all know I covered that already. I'm actually going to I'm actually going to put out the chopped up version of that later on this evening, y'all. So I already covered Christine Wansley's heartfelt words to the public and specifically to us content creators. She actually, in that video that he's playing, she actually spoke directly to us as content creators and issued us a thank you. So I will be putting out my reaction to that later this evening. So for y'all that didn't catch it on live stream, y'all could tap in. But listen, man, let me know what y'all think on the rewatch of this. Jump in the comments. Christine Wansley under attack. Is it another distraction? You know, is it what is it? Is it guilty behavior? What is it? Talk to me, chat. Let me know on the rewatch. Let's move.
Classic.
All right, so now it's time to get into the investigation side of things, chat. Let me get to a couple of y'all chats before we move on. Let me see who in here. Super chat's guaranteed. It is a little live in here today. I like how clean the chat is because we got that thing in subscriber only mode, so my people who are invested with me can talk directly to me without all the mud and clutter. But I need all my wrenches to stay on point because somebody might hit that sub button just to talk a little greasy. So just as quick as they come, they can go. You understand what I'm saying? Is it Sadia? Sadia says Secret Service Sam ain't letting up either. We actually, great segue. We actually about to get into some Secret Service Sam information in a second. Crystal Bush said you could tell that Nolan touched people in life because his is touching so many hearts even now in death. Those evil young men picked the wrong one for real. Nah, for sure, for sure. Belinda said exactly, applying pressure. Foot upon neck. Yeah. Tristan said if my son was taken by clear folks, I wouldn't let up either. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. If it was my baby, this shit be resolved already. And we leave it there, allegedly. Star said, I think it should be required to have a recommended black child. Wait, required to have recommend black children and young adult to watch movies or TV shows that have the subject matter of sundown towns. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of rural, barren areas in the United States. It really is. You know, go watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It is based on a true story. It's a lot of, if y'all ever took a road trip across the U.S., which I've done many a times, it's actually very, very therapeutic. But you do pass through some shit now. You're like, all right, we don't need to stop for gas or anything for the next 100 miles. Let's keep it pushing. Milton said the light is bursting through. Yes, Lord. Caster or Carrier said fire. Tiffany said all the above. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. What we got? What we got? Ye said it's time we go step on some as black people. All this praying and protesting obviously ain't doing nothing. Time to let these MFs know we actually not our ancestors. I hear you. Tania said it's desperation and fear because the truth is near. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what though? I know that I did see something saying that it does look promising that Mississippi is actually doing a thorough investigation. I believe it was on Trent Out Loud. I'll try to find that video and see if I can cover it for y'all tomorrow. I don't want to go through the rigmarole pulling it up. I already got a full show for y'all today. But I will try to see if I can find that. But if y'all don't follow Trent Out Loud, go follow him. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of great content creators covering this, not just me. And I don't think that you guys can only look at one thing at a time, right? So tap in with all of us. Ms. Washington said, facts. Some towns I pass through and make sure my doors are locked. Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. I drive over the road, plenty of places to hide bodies. Oh, yeah. What Nipsey say? Dropped him off in the Mojave Desert and left him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Tristan said, the fact that these are very simple questions to answer and they doing all this, we not slow. Something's up. Absolutely. Is tarot reading considered as commentators? Yeah, one of my biggest videos covering Nolan has been on a spiritual channeler and a tarot card reader. You know what I mean? So that video is still moving through the algorithm right now. Shout out to Miss Tammy Woodruff. Yeah, man. So yeah, the tarot card readers are tapped in too. I'll do some more spiritual stuff for y'all. Y'all seem to really appreciate that. So I will tap in with and do some more reactions to Tammy as well for y'all to keep y'all abreast to what the spiritual folks are saying about the case. Let's see, Classic Codes, the real investigator who solved the case in 3 days, really 1 day. But I have to say 3 is what happens when your mind is clear. You don't eat meat and you meditate. Absolutely. Thank you, Time, for letting the people know. I don't eat meat and I do meditate. Tristan said, my dog, Yay, All they got to do is let a pack of YNs roam free, and we'll see some. Let's see. Sun Moon says the pressure that we have on them, that pipeline is about to burst. They can't sleep. That's why they're making threats. Hit dogs holler loud. Noah said, Noah is my only daughter? You have a daughter named Noah. That's interesting. Okay, Noah is my only daughter. I don't believe I don't believe they are doing an investigation at all. This has been a major cover-up from the beginning. Interesting. Let's see. Sources say different, though. I'm going to find that video. Ye said, we can't let the girl that was just found behind the vacant house name go unspoken about. This saltine crackers dropping they nuts, I see. Well, here's the thing. I do want to speak to propaganda, and I'm not trying to protect nobody or defend anybody. The channelers have been channeling for Nolan. Absolutely. I don't want to protect anybody or sound like I have a side, because I don't. I'm not into politics. You guys will rarely, if ever, hear me talk about politics on my platform. Tez does a great job with that. Go tap in with the Tez down. But I'll say this. The stuff that we're seeing be publicized and thrusted in front of us, it is for a reason. Black folks come up unalived in spots throughout the year, every year in this country, and it has never stopped. It's throttled some, it's slowed down, right? It's not legal anymore, right? To where you just could do it in public and take pictures and shit. But that's been a thing. When the person in the White House is the person in the White House, they put those things in front of us more often and then direct our energy to the person in the White House to call it, this is happening under this said administration, when it's actually been happening every single year under every administration that we've ever had. What's being pushed in front of you in the media is what they currently want to propagandize. If that's not a word, it is now. That's what they want to propagandize. Yes, I have a daughter named Noah. That's fire. So you have to understand that piece too. So this, what we're seeing isn't like new. You know, it's just being thrust in front of us. And that's why some people say focus, because this is actually a distraction from something else you could be paying attention to. But I would just tell you, pay attention to it all. The human mind is far more sophisticated than we probably even give it credit for. Your brain has unlimited power. You can handle it. Trust me. You know, you can meditate today, read today, watch this show today, go work out today, handle your business today, do this, that, do 4, 5, 6 other things today, and still wind down at the end of the night and get up and do it again tomorrow. You can handle it. I think that we've been taught that our capacity is less than what it is. We can handle it. You guys will be fine. You don't have to be distracted. Pay attention to it all. Purple said, 10 jewels in a floating heart. Gratitude, Purple. Let me see. Tiffany said, want to jump the gun and have it chopped down with the Ben Crump, with what Ben Crump brings out. Yeah, we're going to see something in a minute, though. Some shit finna shake. Let's move into the next piece, though, y'all. Gratitude. I appreciate y'all chat, and I appreciate y'all being patient while I go through y'all messages. You know what I mean? It's a lot of y'all in here, but I'm still trying to get through as many as I can because I got some time today. So I don't want to rush. I want to try to talk to y'all. Sometimes it get too booming, and I got to be done by a certain time, and it's like, all right. But today I ain't going to neglect y'all. Let me see. Nolan Wells allegedly jumped. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. We're actually about to tap in with Secret Service Sam. He is reporting on the young lady who claims to be an eyewitness to Nolan being jumped on Horn Island, okay? This is all alleged. Again, this witness has not been verified to my knowledge, to my understanding. She has not been verified to be a person who was actually there and actually saw something. But when you have it get to this level, right, because Secret Service Sam is not named Secret Service Sam for no reason. So when it gets to somebody like this, we're at least going to take a look at it, right? So bear with me here as we get ready to put on our Inspector Classic glasses. Let's move.
Nolan Xavier Wells update, and a TikToker named Faith Lauren, who claims to have been on Horn Island, said she saw an altercation between Nolan and some other people. And this is her statement. This is all allegedly. I cannot verify it, but I thought it was interesting information. Check it out. She says, I have not spoken publicly about this before, but I witnessed an altercation involving Nolan Wells from a boat nearby. What I saw has stayed with me, and I believe it's important information. I have provided or intend to provide my account to the appropriate investigators because Nolan's family deserves the truth. Out of respect for the ongoing investigation, I won't speculate beyond what I personally observed. I am providing this statement based on what I personally observed. While I was on the boat near the area, I witnessed an altercation involving Nolan Wells and several other individuals. I saw what appeared to be an argument that escalated after there was a dispute involving Nolan's phone. I heard Nolan yelling for his phone to be returned. The argument continued after the group reached shore, and I observed a physical fight involving Nolan and multiple people. I also observed a young woman telling them to stop. At that point, I left the area because the situation had appeared to be getting worse. I did not remain long enough to witness what happened afterward. Everything beyond what I personally observed would be speculation, so I cannot honestly say what occurred after I left. Then she said she messaged one of the individuals that she saw, allegedly, who was one of the boys seen on the boat. She says this. Hey, I just want to say I was a passenger on another boat and I saw the argument between you guys, and we'll go to the police with this information. I also have video footage. My husband doesn't show much, but it shows the argument that was taken and how you guys were upset at Nolan because of the young lady. You're a monster, and I promise you will have your out under the jail. Today is the 7th of July. Mark my words, you will be put away for a very long time, you nasty monster. Let's see how this goes once I submit my information. Then she says 3 days later, after the incident occurred, I reached out to him, explaining to him I saw partial of what happened and that I would go to the police, and then he blocked me. You guys think about this. Again, I can't verify this information, but I do think it is important to share. And also, she has faced claims that her TikTok profile is fake, but she explained that she has archived all of her videos because she is getting threats. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments.
Hey, listen. Shout out to Secret Service Sam. You know, again, this is all alleged, can't be verified. But when you have that many, it makes sense though, right? Let's start there. It makes sense. When you have that many people in a cluster, and some shit go down, somebody saw something. Whether or not there was a camera on pointed in that direction for any particular reason, the fact that people are waiting in the water, chilling on boats, chilling in the water, going back and forth from the water to boats. I will say this, people do be having their phones, but there will be less people having their phones because of the situation. But there won't be people, just nobody got their phone, nobody dealing with their phone, people staying away from their phone all day. That's not happening. But there will be less people with their phone on hand to be like, ooh, what's going on over there? Record, right? There will be that. But your eyes can see everything very clearly, whether you have your phone device and, you know, you're able to hit record or not. Now, what I would recommend that if this is valid, not only should you go to the authorities, but I'm going to tell you, go on ahead over there to Benjamin Crump and give him the information, because should it lead to an arrest, that's 125 laws. Don't miss your money, baby. If you gonna snitch, get the whole package. Get you some immunity, get you some bread, you know what I'm saying? Because you probably gonna have to get up out of Mississippi. So, you know what I mean? Get the whole stimmy pack. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I told y'all, somebody gonna squeal. You know what I mean? You know, there's people everywhere, like I keep telling y'all, of every color and shade and all of that, with souls. They have a soul. You feel me? There are people everywhere with a soul. And out of everybody on that beach, 100% of them wasn't evil. If they saw something like this and they know how national this case is, and they clearly were there that day and clearly a party to whatever occurred, whether they saw it clearly, vividly, or whatever little bit they saw, whatever boys they could identify that was over there, whatever they got, is valuable. You know what I mean? And those folks who have a soul, those folks who have a fucking conscience and want to be able to sleep at night, right? They're going to say something. Everybody can't be bullied. You understand? Everybody can't be bullied. Sorry for those of y'all who don't like the vulgarity, mute momentarily. I will give y'all 5 seconds to hit y'all mute button. 4, 3, 2, 1. Every nigga wasn't buck breakable. Some of them they had to kill. Not breaking him. He took 1,000 lashes. You cut off an extremity, and he still ain't trying to comply. You feel me? Everybody can't be pushed off they square. Everybody not gonna be too intimidated to talk. And everybody's not gonna be completely unwilling to put their life on the line if it comes to that. So you understand that sending letters and emails and calls and threats, and you know, back in the day they used to throw the little cocktail through your window with a little brick. Get out of town, nigga, and all like you know, old Mississippi burning that shit. Everybody not going for that shit no more.
Classic.
Man. They ain't going for that no more. I'm gonna tell you what too. This the wrong time because the whole country broke. The whole country broke. Go check the numbers. Go check the numbers on the economy. The whole country broke. You know what that mean when the whole country broke? And this all colors. The whole country broke for the most part, right? You got having shit and struggling. There's 2 levels to this shit right now in the country, right? And the having shit is the small part of the population. Let me tell you stupid motherfuckers a little something. Not y'all, but the powers that be that think this shit gonna work this time. Let me tell y'all dumbasses something about this piece. When the whole country broke, you ain't never gonna meet more people who don't give too much of a fuck. There's a lot of people who don't really care right now. They like shit. It's shit. and that's a dangerous people. That's a dangerous. Oh, these niggas keep raising the price of milk, eggs, butter. Niggas ain't paying no more money at the job. They didn't cut you. Yeah, they didn't cut you over. Yeah. Rent keep going up. Yeah, they gouging on the rent. The requirements to get a crib, depending on the state you live in, that's getting more rigid. The house owners already dealing with the property tax going up. Niggas thought they was making enough, ain't making enough no more. It's a lot of people out here who like, man, shit, listen, I'm on the edge, so don't push me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that shit matter. That shit matter. You know what I'm saying? I bet you the crime rate was down when Clinton was in office. Niggas was getting that paper, had that job, had that, yeah. When gas $5 a gallon, you know what I mean? Look at your chat. Rent steady going up. Don't forget the war in Iran has people anxious too. Look at this. Let's see. What'd he say? True. What JDL said, gas. Belinda said, yep, whatever your bottom is, this economy has you scraping it. Look. I am Fluff Gruff. Nolan Wells is a victim of, huh? I'm gonna have to look into what that is. What is that? I don't believe 100% of those kids are from Mississippi. Interesting. Crystal said yes, but they've had ample time to come forward. If they really have a soul, then what are they waiting for? You know what? They might. Crystal, it's complicated. Let's say you a person who saw everything. But don't nobody know, right? Let's say you and your buddy was sitting on y'all boat and y'all literally saw everything. Y'all saw everything. The whole demonstration. Them trying to dart off, everything, allegedly, right? You got to get you some shit in order before you come forward. Because they're going to ask you to testify. They're going to ask you to sit on that bench and point. They're going to ask you to sit on that stand and point. Yes, him. I saw him do XYZ to Nolan. I saw him help them put Nolan on XYZ boat. You're going to have to sit there and point. And to do that without, going missing before court start, because you can't trust the authorities. You can't trust witness protection. They with them. They allegedly, possibly, right? You can't trust government to keep you safe. because they possibly allegedly with them. You might have to go to Ben Crump and them and say, hey, listen, I got something that's going to turn this whole thing upside down. Miss Christine, Mr. Elmore, my name is such and such. I know exactly what happened to your child. I'm here to tell you today. I want us to sit down in person, but we first need to discuss some things about my safety. Like, you can't just come out with that information in Mississippi. Because if they find out you know something, you will go missing before you could get to say anything to anybody. You will be next. You got to realize that in the KKK, they gang banging, folks. They thugging. They thugging. Everything they say bad about black folks, they participating in that shit. They thugging. Police thugging. KKK thugging. Them is gang members. Gang. They got colors, flags, laws, a set. They probably got some hand signals. They thugs, folks. And they thugs that have infiltrated every level of law enforcement, allegedly. You got KKK. Why you think they wear the sheets? I don't want you to know I'm a judge for real. You know what I'm saying? Why you think they wear the sheets? Yeah, I don't want you to know I'm your son's 7th grade teacher. Why you think they wear the sheets? Come on, folks. They thugging, G. Y'all better wake up. You know what's going on. You can't just come for it like that, though. You can't just come for it like that. If you got some shit that's going to break the case open, you got to secure it. You got to make sure your safety good. First time in the live chat, I appreciate you. You've been watching the rewatches, huh? Welcome in. Elizabeth says you speaking nothing but the truth. Oh, for sure. You can't just, hey, I know everything on my mama. You won't see the mom. They wear the sheets because they're fucking cowards. I mean, it's strategic, too. Your two things could be true. I'm with you, Miss Washington. I hear you. Ringing the bell for Nolan Wells justice. Oh, yeah, ring that bell. JDL laughing. Supermax said, whole country mad like NY. Casual Germ. I look at them the exact same way, gang banging in suits. Oh, yeah, they thugging. Just skip the entire country if you're a witness. Yeah, straight up. You got to tell and go on here somewhere. Straight up, take that 125 will get you set up in Thailand, though. 125,000, you can go get set up in Thailand. You can figure out some money. But you can go get set up over there. You won't have to come back over here for about 2 years on that. If you sit tight and live light, you go to 125, you might be able to go sit in Thailand for 3 years. Just off the 125. You figure out your revenue stream, you in there. Yeah, you're gonna have to tell and go on ahead. You ain't gonna be able to stick around here. Straight up. Ann said, well, in corporate world, you really don't have a damn clue who sits next to you in just regular clothing. Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You ain't lied. You ain't lied at all. Yeah, that's true. There's more to consider when coming forward. I just want justice ASAP, but I get it. They have to be strategic with it. Oh, for sure, Crystal. Yeah, they can't just pop out. You know what I'm saying? Rashad said, Captain America Winter Soldier was made for a reason, to show you people in power is setting up your downfall. Come on now. They'll put it in the movie. So true. Let's see. Lisa said, I go to Bali in case they trump up some charges. Bali, though, is a little more expensive, though. That bread ain't gonna stretch the same, depending on your living situation. Jamal said, classic codes rewatches be so entertaining, like cool colas. I love black channels only. Gratitude, Jamal. Appreciate you. Welcome in. All right, let's let me know what y'all think on the rewatch of this, man. Nolan Wells. We ain't even get it. Look, I'm talking about the rewatch. We ain't even get into the video, did we? Yeah, we did. We talked about it. Secret Service Sam. I'm getting lost because the next thing is kind of a piggyback. But let me know what y'all think about Secret Service Sam's coverage on this in regards to Nolan allegedly being jumped on Horn Island and this unverified witness, man. I think unverified is the safest way for that witness to be, if they are verifiable, right? Stay unverified for as long as possible. Pop out verifiable when it's too late for them to get you, and then sell off into the sunset. I ain't gonna lie. You got to have a strategy. You got to have a strategy. We don't want to see nothing happen to you for helping with justice.
Classic.
We don't want to see that, man. Let's move. All right, we about to tap in at the Art of Dialogue with Ben Crump. Ben Crump actually gonna give us an update on what they're doing with regards to the report of the fight, okay? So the information in regards to there being a reported or an alleged witness of a fight or something like that has come across Benjamin Crump's desk. And so he's just going to tell us very briefly, I guess, what they're doing with that information. So Let's get into it. Shout out to the Art of Dialogue. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Let's get it.
I've been hearing this rumor that Nolan Wells, he got into a fight. You know anything about that?
Well, we have people who have said they believe Nolan was in some kind of altercation, but we need to verify that. Everything is speculation until we can verify it. And so that's what we got to do, verify stuff. It is alleged, but we have not verified that yet.
The autopsy that was done by the state of Mississippi, I've been hearing that they won't release it.
Yeah, we want transparency. We think that is key in this case. People being able to have transparency so they can see and they can trust the investigation. So we don't know when the state of Mississippi is going to release the autopsy, but we feel they should release the autopsy. We feel that, everything should be transparent and able to be consumed by the public so the public can have trust in the investigation into the death of Nolan Wells.
Do y'all think it's important to Mississippi for the public to have trust? Do y'all think that the state of Mississippi is interested in rebranding its reputation, not only to black people, but in American history? Do you think that that's important to the state of Mississippi? I mean, we heard the governor and we saw the governor. He looked like he from some great good old boy lineage, allegedly. That's just what he looked like. That's just my opinion. I can have my opinion. That's on the government. The law protects my opinion. But he looked like he from some good old boy lineage, right? So do you think Mississippi is in the midst of a rebrand? I don't think they care. I don't think they care. If there's a fair investigation going on, there's probably something bigger at play. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's the great rebrand, right? I don't think Mississippi trying to show black folks that it's safe again. That's the last thing I'm betting on. I'm betting the under on a parlay with that one.
We released our autopsy because we are trying to be transparent. We want to be very clear. We believe in transparency, so we asking them to be transparent as well.
You were speaking about it earlier, about how you was getting backlash. What's the issue? Why is you getting backlash?
Well, it's like they want us to be well-behaved victims. And I refuse to be a well-behaved victim. If our children are dying, you want us to just stay silent? What was it? The governor or somebody said, y'all just leave Mississippi and let us do our work. Well, how has that worked out for black people throughout history? Mm-hmm. So they can say what they want to say. Like I said, they've attacked all of my heroes. And so if they're attacking me, I feel like I'm in good company.
So what's the next step in the Nolan Wells case? What can we look forward to?
Well, everybody's waiting for the state of Mississippi to release their autopsy, and the matter, as the district attorney has said, is going to be presented before a grand jury. We don't know when that is going to happen. We don't know when they're going to conclude their investigation, but what we know is we're going to stay focused and vigilant, and we're not going to be distracted because we're on a journey and we're leading a ferocious search for the truth of what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells.
If it's somebody out there that knows what happened to Nolan Wells, what do you personally want to tell them?
Yep. As Nolan's mother and father said, if you're out there and you were Nolan's friend, they said, do what Nolan would do for you had the roles been reversed. They said, Nolan would have spoke up about what he saw, what he knew. If you care anything about Nolan, they said, please come forward and tell what you know.
It's crazy. This is a sad time, or not a sad time, but a sad situation to say that I was right about something. But I had done a video talking about how pretty much nice guys or good people in general, the expectation of how people say, oh, I treat others how I want to be treated. Expecting you from other people is already you setting yourself up for failure off rip. But at the same time too, in regards to what Ben just said, do what Nolan would do for you. Oftentimes when you're a shining star, a positive frequency, a beacon of light to everybody around you and the things that you touch in this world, like everybody seems to say that, Nolan Wells was. When you're that type of person, oftentimes there is no reciprocity for you. What you would have done is not what 9 out of 10 other people would have done, right? That's what makes people like that special. So expecting for people to do what he would have done, it gets tricky. However, like I said, it don't require somebody to be as special as Nolan or as great as Nolan to just have a conscience and a soul and a heart. And if they saw something, they like, all right, it's going to change some things about my life potentially or my world to come forward and say something about this, but it's meaningful and it's got to be done, right? Like I said, moving out of Mississippi ain't like, it's not like a death sentence, right? Like, if you better leave Mississippi. Ooh, like, don't threaten me with a good time. No disrespect to Mississippi as a whole, because I got family from Mississippi. I got family in Mississippi. But, I mean, you can go one state over and get the same country shit. Like, it ain't uniquely country in Mississippi or no shit like that. You can go move to Alabama and have the same vibe. You feel me? So, like, yeah, take that 125, do what's right. Or even if you one of the people who stand to be implicated when the truth comes forth, right? If you're a person who was a little bit too close to the situation, close enough to be considered an accessory or an accomplice, right? And you thinking about, you know, the pressure about to make you break and you ain't slept in a month and you just, somebody sweating. Trust and believe. Somebody involved with this situation, somebody or somebody's is sweating. Take your sweaty ass to the powers that be and go ahead and tell, because the first one to squeal get the best deal. You want immunity? You want to protect your freedom? You want to protect your future? Come clean. It just is what it is in this situation. If you one of the females that was just there watching and rode one of them boats back, but you was in the know of what happened to No, you know you're going to jail, right? That's how that work. If something happened to him and you was witness to it, I'm talking about right there, and you rode one of them boats back to the land, knowing that he's on one of them allegedly, hurt or worse, you going to jail too. Your sentence going to be a little lighter. But if you talk, you might not have to go at all. And you can collect some money. Do not pass go.
That's all they're asking for. And to everybody out there who has been supporting this family, everybody on social media who have been standing to get to the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells, thank you. Thank you all. We together can figure this out. You know, as I've often said, we're all co-counsels in this, trying to find out the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells.
Man, shout out to Benjamin Crump. And let me say something to you, Ben. You thanking us, and I want to hit you with a cool, you're welcome, brother.
Classic.
From the codes, you are much welcome. Let me get to some of these comments, and then we going to move. Let me see. All right, so, damn, it's a lot of these, chat. Yeah, Tristan said, yeah, I already know what you gonna say. Most people ain't shit. Yeah. Expect that. Yep. Major P said they wanna dim your light. Yep. Let me see. David said they proud right now. They feel good that it's gone on this. Oh, they proud right now. They feel good that it's gone on this long and so many people staying quiet. Nah, the levee's about to break on that shit. Major P said facts. Angie said, look at MJ. Let me see here. Tiffany Rogers. I said the same thing. That's why they hold in the throat, the autopsy, etc. Waiting on Crump to show what he has so they know how to move. Nah, they gonna have to go same time. Same time. I don't know you, man. Same time. Lisa Freefeather said, protecting decency onto others because you are decent is problematic. Oh, projecting decency onto others because you are decent is problematic. Yeah, it's a form of delusion for sure. I agree. All the GD I've met have a constitution of hustling and don't advocate snitching. Every gangster you ever known knows one or is one. It is what it is. People tell all the time. It's all that gangster code stuff. It's some people sitting in jail keeping it cold, right? They didn't want to tell on somebody and they gonna sit down and do their 50 years. It's some people in there, but most people when they get hit with that 50 years, they like shit. What y'all need to know? Straight like that. That's just the reality of the situation. Me personally, I'm not involved with no shit like that to where I gotta be faced with 50 years or telling on a friend and shit. I don't live my life in that way. But for the people who put themselves in that situation, Snitching is normal. Supermax said, snitch talk a pay op. Let's see, even when bodies drop. Let's see, Ye said, man, if he had real homies out there and they ain't speak up yet, they ain't real homies. The circumstance is mud efforts gonna have to smoke me if it mean my homie getting justice. Yeah, real talk. You gotta come forward. If I saw what happened to Nolan, I would be talking. You know what I'm saying? Whatever little threats they sending and all that shit, they gonna have to get active. But I tell you what, if I gotta go with you to get you, you know what I'm saying? Tristan said, I bet you I won't leave this motherfucker alone. Tristan said, listen, if they want me out of NY, they gonna have to run me out on G. Yeah, say that. What up? What up? How I say your name? Is it Dion? Okay, I'm gonna say Pierre. Yeah, I don't know how to say that first part. That shit French. Where you at? Where you at? What part of the world you in? Casual Germ said, yup. That pressure is a motherfucker. Yup. Tiffany Rogers said, big facts. They just hung around Nolan to get some of his shine. Germ said, damn it, Bart. An accomplice. Yup. Let me see. DJ, what you talking? Oh, no, that's not DJ. This Talia. Peace and blessings, classic new subscriber here. I remember seeing a video on the internet at the start of the investigation that showed Nolan involved in an altercation, saying, give me my phone. Yeah, that's the video that they did their best to try to dispel. And that's how in my mind, I know it has validity. Because when that video came out of him saying, give me my phone, dude, what you on, blah, 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 right? And Ben Crump came out and said that was Nolan, according to what his parents believe, and his parents know his voice better than any of them out there, right? So when that came out, that's immediately when you saw Javon go on TMZ the first time, which TMZ has pulled down, but I reacted to it. It's on my page. Javon go to TMZ the first time, and he talks about how he feel like that was his other homie, right? He said a lot of things in favor of Nolan and stuff like that, and he also went to the funeral, and I do believe Javon was Nolan's friend, but he also slid that in there like, I don't know who that was on that audio. That sounded like my other friend that got into a fight. And then shortly thereafter, that's when Irrelevant Tristan come out talking about that was me. And then right after that, the irrelevant-ass assistant football coach that wasn't even on Horn Island gets interviewed for 2 minutes and 58 seconds, and he somehow manages to slip in there that he knew soon as he heard that phone call that wasn't Nolan. So by them going on a campaign to tell us that wasn't Nolan on that audio of that fight, lets me know, because this is when they was in full cover-up mode, right? The judge had sent the letter out. The boys had freshly got their lawyers. And then that video came out shortly thereafter. And that's when they was all these different people on TMZ running, talking about, no matter who they talked to, they had some level of melanation. And they all managed within their short interview to say they don't think it was Nolan on that video, on that audio. The audio from that video. Right, because the video doesn't show the fight, but you hear the fight. So all of them go and say that, right? So when they went on that campaign to dispel it, that's what made me smell it. You say smell what, Classic? That bullshit. Classic. That's what made me smell it right there when they went on that campaign. Crystal said facts because Crump has his team of lawyers and the heart of social media on this case. Absolutely. Germ said, yeah, the throat missing is weird. They're going to have to produce them throat structures. I'm going to say it one more time. Run them throat structures. Classic! Come up off them throat structures. Straight up. And we need to know what was in them lungs, too. Was it just air? Because we're going to have a problem. James, what's going on? Amanda said, hit the like button, please. Yes, Lord. And subscribe. We on the road to 10,000 subs, and I think we could get it today if everybody who here with good in their heart hit subscribe. The hate watchers I don't expect anything from. Sadia said, please somebody make a t-shirt, damn it, Bart. I might have to throw that up on my website on the classic codes, man. Ye said, I ain't sitting in jail for nobody. If I ain't do it and know who did it and they tossing me 50 years, I'm going to walk out that investigation room licking my fingers. Oh God. You talking about full immunity? Oh, yeah. Yeah, hey, Him, and him. Fuck is you talking about? I saw the whole thing. Yeah. And my hands ain't dirty? Yeah, I'm telling you.
Classic.
Boy, I'm not doing 50 for some shit I ain't do. I'm not doing 50. I'm talking. And y'all got some bread for me too? Shit. And I got a reason to move out of Mississippi? Man, when?
Classic.
When? You ain't. What are you talking about? 440 jewels. Lady Storm, appreciate you. Oh, we got some money in the chat. Hold on. I'm behind on the chop. Let me see. Miles Basher came through with 1,000 jewels. Elizabeth with 2 jewels. Purple sent 10 jewels. Appreciate you. Tiffany sent the golden coin, 10 jewels. Let me see. Whitney sent 2 jewels. Appreciate you. Lady sent 440 jewels. Lady double tapped the 440 jewels. Sent the 880 jewels. Yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Shout out to the chat, man. Chat 333. Okay, let's move off of this one, y'all. I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all. Let's keep it going. So, y'all get to talk to me now. Let's move off of this. If y'all catch this on the rewatch, let me know what y'all think, man. Benjamin Crump on the alleged fight, how they're moving forward with that investigation, and also how they are seeking transparency from Mississippi, praying for it, hoping for it, asking for it, and seeking transparency from Mississippi as we move closer to, we don't know when, but as we move closer to the where's my charger, chat? I don't have my charger. But as we move closer to the grand jury meeting, the grand jury's presentation, right? So as we get closer to that, man, we're gonna continue to weigh in on the investigation, see what updates we have, speculate as we see fit, based on things that are presented, and see if anything is helpful, man. We gonna all work together with one agenda, and that's to find out the truth, right? What exactly happened to Nolan Xavier Wells, and if there was foul play, then the second half of that is sending shit to jail, all type of shit to jail. You know what I'm saying? Let's move. All right, y'all, tap in. I'm about to drop the link in the chat. Link going in the chat right now is from me. Link in the chat right now. Anybody who want to tap in and weigh in on Nolan Xavier Wells, I don't need you to show your face, but you will have to show your face backstage. I have to verify who you are before you come up. If you have anything that you want to say with regards to the case, with regards to how we covering the case, you have your 2 cents sentiments that you want to send out to the family. I do want to let you know the reach of this platform is extensive, regardless of the subscriber count. The reach of this platform is extensive. There's a high probability that your favorite content creators are watching this platform, as well as somebody who's closely related to, if not the Wansleys themselves. All right, so if y'all got any kind words y'all want to send, y'all can tap the link with that. If y'all want to come up and talk about what you feel about the case allegedly, y'all can tap the link with that. The link is in the chat. All right, it's under the classic codes. But again, I need you to show me your face backstage, and then you can go off camera if you see fit, and do audio only. That's perfectly fine. But I just have to verify you to protect my channel. This is a sensitive topic, and so certain type of people may try to infiltrate, and we not going for that, chat. But the link is in the chat for anybody who want to call in. Yeah, just let me know. Big Sco said, why doesn't, I'm just scroll through the chat until somebody tap in, or if somebody tap in. If nobody tap in within about 5 minutes, we just call it one for the day. But yeah, let me go through some of the chats and see what y'all talking about. DJ said, I hate hearing them report Nolan's friends. Not one of them are his friends, because there's no one other than his parents and their team making noise. I agree. And again, the magic question is, if the boys are innocent, if everybody's innocent and Nolan just drowned accidentally, then everybody should be trying to figure out what happened to Nolan, right? Collectively, everybody. Let's put this thing to bed. Let's find out. Let's go ahead and find out and prove without a shadow of a doubt that it was an accident, so we could put this whole thing to bed. Everybody can stop talking about race. Everybody can stop scraping, scratching, scrambling for evidence. Let's all band together, work together, and find out exactly what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells, so that the people who feel that they're under scrutiny, the people who feel like they're being accused, they can have peace of mind, because we all know the truth, right? Right? If I'm innocent and you think I'm guilty, I'm finna help you find who actually did it, because I know I'm innocent. So I'm gonna help you with everything I have to find who actually did it, because it faster proves my innocence. So these so-called innocent people are defending themselves instead of trying to solve the case with us. Because solving the case should prove your innocence, right? Or does it prove something else? Just a bunch of stupid questions. Just a bunch of stupid questions. Tristan said, we appreciate your support. It's crazy though, man, because the trolls talk crazy all day long. I dropped the link and it's quiet. You see what I'm saying? But anybody who want to tap in with some love, y'all could do that too. But it's crazy. The trolls tap in all day long in that chat. Diamond, let me see your face real quick. I see you backstage. Let me see your face real quick. And then you off camera. I just need to verify. You good? All right, bet. Go ahead, go back off camera so I can pull you up. All right. Talk to me. What's going on?
I was thinking that we should like all like start from the beginning. You know how when they was just putting out like little things saying that Nolan was being beat with a pole and the boys urinated on him. I think we should all just start from the beginning because the moment we put out that pool party pic, they try to debunk that real quick and come up. See, listen, I don't trust nothing Mississippi is putting out at all because they are lying. They lying. And how they try to what they say they like put out the what you call it to prove that the pool pic was taken a week before. I don't believe that because they try to get that out of there real quick.
Yeah.
And it's just God, yo. It's just so frustrating. Like this been bothering my spirit, man. Like I just been following, trying like updates. Like to be honest, this cover up is so major, it's so big that I don't really believe that he will get justice. And let me ask you something, if you would know. I'm not sure. Like they said that his autopsy was complete. Like
It
how
is.
is it that they completed the autopsy without giving his throat, his stomach, and like part of his brain, I think. I don't know.
Nah, so
To the
let me
private investigators.
I could clarify that for you. So Mississippi has finally completed their autopsy, meaning that
Hmm.
they've received the toxicology, they've received,
Hmm.
they're done with everything. Their final
Okay.
examination of because normally when they keep the throat structures, it's
Hmm.
not uncommon practice. It's normally for further investigation, which would lend to the idea that something was damaged, right? So the fact
Hmm.
that the throat structures weren't provided for the independent autopsy, it could be because Mississippi is actually doing an investigation on the
Okay.
damage to the throat structures. That could be the case. If
Okay.
we're going to give the benefit of the doubt, right? I know none of us trust them,
Okay.
but that
Yeah.
could be the case, right? And then as far as
Yeah.
the lungs,
Uh-huh.
unfortunately, we have to take Mississippi's word for it because once you puncture the lungs for examination, if they were full of fluid, that fluid
Hmm.
drains out. So the secondary autopsy person, the independent autopsy, Dr. Mitchell, that pathologist can't determine from the lungs whether or not they were full of
Oh
water
wow.
or not,
Mm.
right? So we have to take Mississippi's word for it
That's
with
crazy.
regards to the lungs. But the throat
Okay.
structures, they gonna have to run those though. They can't
Okay.
hide that part. So if there was damage
Okay.
to his
So they
throat,
so okay, so they have to give it to the private autopsy
I don't know
side.
that. I don't know if they have to, but we're
Because I don't
going to
believe
continue to.
I just feel like they not gonna give it to them. Like
I
I
see
don't
you, Tiffany.
know.
You good? You if you want to be on camera, you can. If not, go ahead. I see you. I'm about to pull you up. Go ahead, talk to me. Uh,
Yeah,
I'll put me.
Diamond,
I
you
just
good?
want,
Good. Hold on,
I
real
just
quick,
want
Tiffany. I got you.
to,
I'm
okay.
gonna let Diamond finish and then I'll pull you up. Go ahead, Diamond. What
Uh,
did you want to say?
yeah, no. I just want to stay up because it's a lot. Like I'm nervous because I never did this before, but it's just a lot that I want to say, but I just can't think of it right now. And I don't want to like hold the chat up, so I'll just push mute.
Oh, you good? You good? Talk to me. I appreciate you calling, Diamond. Talk to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Talk to me, Tiffany. What's going on?
I just want to say, in light of all of the pressure, the backlash, all of the derogatory energy that's going towards the Wansleys, for everybody to just send them positive vibes, pray to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? whatever for their health and their strength. They're enduring so much just for the loss of their son, not knowing what happened to him, and then all the added stuff. Sometimes that has a physical effect on you. She pushing through like the strong sister that she is, holding her ground and standing up for her son. But when it's all over, man, she gonna need much prayers and you know what I'm saying, a lot of positive vibes and energy. So just keep that going towards that family.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You've been keeping them in your prayers too.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what though? They gonna be all right in some capacity, some way. You know what I'm saying? Because we are gonna get answers to this, whatever those answers are. We gonna get them.
Straight up.
I do want to tell the family that I am so sorry that this happened, and like I don't know, like I just pray for them to have inner peace with this all. Like you said, like they have been really strong. We really don't know how they've been behind the scenes, and it's just like I do pray, for inner peace and healing for the whole family. He had siblings, just amazing. I had a twin brother that was murdered, and the fact that I had to wake up every day without him being in the house, a daily routine, like it was crazy. So I just pray for his siblings as well. It's so man, but
I'm
yeah,
sorry for your loss. I can hear the pain in your voice. You definitely empathize with them.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
know.
sure. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, you good. You don't gotta be
I
sad.
really
Somebody said,
appreciate you
oh,
giving a platform and like staying on top of this and seeing what's in front of our face. Because every time we onto something, it's just like, okay, now they have something else to say. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it's right there, like it's right in front of our face. And then like, what can
absolutely.
they say about this audio? Like, what can they say?
They tell you that
Like,
you're not. They tell you that you're not hearing what you're hearing, and they'll tell you that to question the validity of it. That's the thing.
Don't believe your lying eyes.
Yeah, exactly. The powers that be are amazing at putting. I see you, Candy. I'm about to put. There you go. You on stage. But the powers that be are amazing at putting the truth right in front of us and telling us it ain't what it looked like. They've been doing it in film for the longest. They do it in
yeah,
music. They do it.
yeah,
They do it. They perform rituals at award ceremonies right in front of us. So most award
yeah,
ceremonies are ritualistic, from a Masonic and a Eastern Star level, if not deeper than that. It's a lot of cult-ish things that
yeah,
go on, and we
yeah,
even participate in cults, but that's a deeper conversation. A lot of
yeah,
things that
yeah,
we're taught to believe in are
Yep.
kind of
mhm,
Yep.
cult-ish. So, but I don't want to ruffle, no feathers or nothing. But yeah, it's one of them things.
mhm,
But
yeah,
all of this, the truth is stranger to fiction. My channel, and I'm grateful for everybody that's coming in and finding me to be
yeah.
a
I'm so
member of their
grateful for
tribe.
you.
I'm just here from.
Yeah,
I'll be me every day, so I can actually find my people. Right? I'm not on here
yeah,
pandering, trying to appeal to nobody. If you pull up and you don't like it, keep it
yeah,
moving. Right? If you pull up and you like it, all I'm asking is that you stay. Right? So, but with my platform, I'm all about discussing the real, and I understand that
yeah,
the truth is oftentimes very, very uncomfortable. And
It
so
is.
yeah,
I end up being a lot of times the spokesperson for the bad guy, or the taking the bullets for saying, or being seen as pessimistic, because I'm going to talk about the good and the bad of reality. See, we like to embrace all the conveniences of modern living. We like to embrace
yeah,
all the positive, and then when it's time to talk about the fallout or the
yeah,
downside, everybody gets so
yeah.
squeamish that they can't hold the conversation. The
Right.
reality is, like, the country that we live in was built upon the fact that we weren't even considered whole people. We were animals when
Mhm.
this country, when the
Mhm.
Constitution was established. We were animals, and so
Yeah.
you don't undo that in just
Right.
under 100 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
so
Right.
yeah, it doesn't.
Mhm.
So I had a, if y'all saw the show yesterday with my homie Tez, the Tez Down, I asked him. I said, if somebody has been known to be a liar for 10 years straight, and I'm gonna come to you next, Candy. So get ready. But if somebody's been known to be a liar for 10 years straight, and then the first day of the 11th year of you knowing them, they've taken a vow to never lie again in their life for no reason, to spare feelings, for nothing, not even to save their own ass. They will never lie again. How long will it take you to believe that they changed after lying for 10 years straight?
Yeah, it's gonna take a while for them to undo that.
Yeah, you what? Probably 10 years or more, right? Probably the same amount of time they was lying. They got to tell the truth.
Facts.
Yeah, if at all. Tez responded. He said, "I'm never gonna believe them. You spent the first 10 years lying. I'm never gonna believe you. You could be honest the rest of the way. I'm just never gonna believe you." And that's kind of how this works, right? To think that somebody enslaved your people for 500 years, and then after so-called freedom was issued, you still had a stretch of years where hanging them from trees and taking pictures was still legal, right? So when you do all of that and then you undo it on paper, and then less than 100 years has gone by, you think that feeling, that sentiment, that savagery is out of the spirit of all of the people in America? Like America we did a spiritual detox, right? Like no, these evil, sinister, disgusting people still walk among us. I do think there's more people who are open-minded to being around diversity than there was in the past, but is it gone? No. You know what I mean? Not at all. And I think situations like this, even when you look at the comments under certain things, you can tell that it's not gone. So one thing I wanted to address, somebody in the chat says, stop promoting ratting. No, there should be a lot more telling all the time.
Right, like what you mean?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, there should be a lot more telling all the time. Like who wants to live in a crime-riddled environment? Like I got a cousin that lives in Abu Dhabi. You can leave $10,000 on the hood of your car, walk into the gym, go work out, come out, and the $10,000 is still sitting on the hood of your car, and you can leave your car doors unlocked. There's literally damn near no crime rate. Who don't want to live like that?
Right.
You feel me? And the reason why there's damn near no crime rate is because the laws are so strict. You know what I'm saying? Like something petty get you 10 years. You don't want to play like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to play like that.
When they cut off your wrist for stealing and cut your tongue out for lying.
You feel me? Yeah, you don't want to play like that. So
when my brother got murdered, like I was close to, it was a best friend of mine. He got murdered in front of her house, and she was being threatened, and she never told me who killed my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that ratting shit. Like I could understand you're being threatened, bro, but like who did it? I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
No, you ain't wrong.
I wasn't wrong. I can't get it. I don't understand it.
You ain't wrong.
Like
you ain't wrong. Like they should tell
I'm against that. Yeah. That ratting shit.
Yeah. Even if you ain't gonna run to the police, tell this man.
Right.
Sister.
Tell me. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Like what the hell?
I'm gonna let you. Hey, listen, person to person, and let's put these phones in the microwave. Let's talk. Hey, look, I know who did it. I'm not finna go to the police. I'm not gonna be a witness. I'm not sitting on no stand. I'm not pointing nobody out. But for your peace of mind, it was so and so. You feel me? We'll never speak of this again. Matter of fact, we never spoke about it. Yeah, straight like that. Straight like you do it.
And this was 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So this shit still is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't throw that word friend around loosely.
Yeah.
That part.
Candy Cane, talk to me.
Hey, you know what? I came up because I thought about it. I actually condolences on losing your brother. I actually lost my best friend when I was in high school. It was our junior year going into our senior year of high school. So I know what it's like to be in like the friend's position, right? Like my friend was actually murdered. And so when I saw their body language and I saw how calm they were, I couldn't understand if you grew up with this kid the way that y'all say y'all did. Like my friend, we were friends since like 3rd grade all the way up through high school. Like my family knew her family knew mine. We hung out at each other's houses, the whole 9. So how are you so like relaxed? How are you so calm? How are you so held together? I know everybody grieves differently, but like y'all going on these interviews, like it just struck me as strange. Like, cause I remember exactly what I went through during that time frame, like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was suspicious from the first time that I saw the so-called best friend and friend coming up talking about it, and just how detached they appeared to be.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. Everything is crystal clear.
I just
like the details aren't clear, but the fact that somebody did something to my dog, whether it was 1, or multiple people, that's pretty clear. You know what I mean? Who, how, exactly where, you know, the logistics of it, that's not necessarily clear. But the problem I have with it is this, it's just like, and that's why people keep trying to say, let's take race out of it. Absolutely not.
How?
Because,
Like how? I
yeah,
don't understand that. Like
yeah,
how can people say that? I
yeah,
don't
that's,
get it. Like
mm-hmm.
how can you say take race out of it? How can you say that?
Because you
Like you
reverse it.
cannot.
You reverse it, make Nolan white, make all the boys black. They gonna sit in jail until we figure out the details.
Yeah.
Right,
You see
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So
If that
that's
was
the
us,
that's
yeah.
the major difference. That's the
Come
major
on.
difference. And
Thank
these
you.
these kids sleeping in their beds every night. They haven't seen a set of handcuffs at all.
Right,
And they're free to be on the internet talking about it too. Which when an active investigation is open, they should have been
yeah,
told by law enforcement to
right,
shut up.
right, right,
You know, so
right.
it's a lot of it that's very
It's
muddy.
it's 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 very
Yeah.
disrespectful and it's a smack in the face, like a
Hmm.
slap in the face, like just like the Kanika Jenkins. Y'all want us to believe this girl just walked into a freezer and froze to death? They just throw anything in our face and just say, "Here, take that." Oh well, you know. It's just like like it's comical for real.
And
Like what?
I,
I'm sorry.
under normal circumstances, I would say that them talking like we would want them to shut up. But under these circumstances, I'm glad that they got out there and they're running their mouths because anything you said
That
can and will be
part.
used against you.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
rather let an idiot talk and talk too much, and then we can go back and sort through it later.
Hmm.
for sure. No, you're right. I think I said that when I was covering Warren's interview with Uncle Tom, and he was saying I was like, you got to let these people talk. You know,
Yeah,
let them talk. They'll do it to
absolutely.
themselves. But yeah, did anybody have any other sentiments or anything else y'all wanted to add about the case or information that I haven't covered or something that y'all want me to cover? Anything at
The
all?
only thing that I had a question about was from the last thing that I saw on this, the sound engineer lady like showed how she went through the process and everything was official, and they still were refuting her results. Correct? They were trying to say that it needed to be reproduced by an official connected to the court. Is that correct?
Right. I believe so. They were making their best attempt at invalidating her, but any like the tricky part is to be a sound engineer, you don't need any type of a degree or a license. You can teach yourself. You can sit down and just put the
Oh
hours in.
wow.
So it's not like something where it's like, oh, we have somebody who's more credentialed than you. She could have more hours in. If you can put it up on the screen and do the work in front of us to show us that it's not AI, anybody can perform it. You know what I mean? She literally just used EQ and volume, which is called gain in the audio engineering world. But that's mostly what she did. She didn't do anything like super special. She separated everything and just turned up the low spots.
And Nancy Grace used her own tech lady to do the exact same thing. She came out with the exact same
Yeah.
sounds, same phrases, and everything.
Nancy did put her audio people on it, and it sounded the same way. And if I do it right now, it would sound the same way. It's just literally because she didn't use any special effects. When you start doing effects, that's what separates one engineer's results from the other. But if y'all just keeping it organic and just using volume and EQ, you're gonna get the same thing. Like, and that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I was telling everybody in the chat when I covered the audio is that you can't, like, this isn't something where they can tell you that you're not hearing what you're hearing. Sound don't really work like that. Once you clear the distortion out of it, it is what it is. Like, it's not, oh well, it just sound like that because that's what you wanted to say. Like, nah, that's when they playing. And I feel like they treating the public like we all dumbasses, to be honest. It's very insulting.
Now I do have a question. I don't know if you know the answer to this or not, but in regards to that, I know you're saying that it just cleaned up the audio. Would that still be admissible in court?
Yeah. It's the same thing. So
Hmm.
literally it's the same thing that the federal, if they gave it to the feds, if they gave it to the CIA, it's the same thing they would do.
Okay. Well, then
So
the
it's
goose is cooked because I heard the audio. The audio is damning. There's nothing else about it that you can really say.
mm-hmm.
Something nefarious happened. Now what? We all heard that.
Yeah, there's enough on that audio to lock up a bunch of people by name, for sure.
Yeah.
And then once they locked up, that's when that real pressure come, because it's like if you don't start talking, you just gonna start facing years. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well listen, we ain't heard nothing from you, but we did hear this audio. So I suggest you start saying something, or you just gonna end up doing 15 of them. You know what I'm saying? 20, 25. You know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest thing. That's why they're keeping them out of handcuffs. If we can get charges filed on somebody who did something, that's when the squealing starts. You know, for the people in the chat that's against telling, telling is how damn near all cases get solved. Damn near. Somebody's normally gonna say something. So in this case, it's no different. And I think the good thing is we got a multitude of witnesses. There's something that one of the subs asked me to put on the screen to show. I'll leave y'all guys in here while I'll leave y'all ladies in here while I play it. They wanted me to put up a video of a jiu-jitsu rear naked chokehold. And I think they're trying to say this is what could cause that redness behind Nolan's head, along with the suppression to the throat structures. Can y'all see this?
Oh.
Is the video up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they love that.
I don't see a video yet. I see the background.
Hold on. StreamYard been messing with my settings. Here we go. All right, there we go. So this is what the hold looks like. Could this cause that redness to the back of the head as well as damage to the throat structure?
Hopefully you don't find this too often, but you find yourself on someone's back where you have to control them and using this seatbelt grip, if you will, the seatbelt kind of harness. All right. From here, what you really want to sit there and do is as follows. You want to keep your head kind of nice and tight to their shoulder here, so that way you don't get punched or anything like that. No one pokes any fingers in your eyes or whatever the case may be. From here, you want to go ahead and reach this hand as deep as you can, trying to really cup the top portion of the delt. From here, whenever you get the chance here, he's probably going to be using his hands at this point, both of his hands, to just kind of try to create some space. So as that happens, I'm going to slip my other hand out. From here, the main thing that everyone kind of messes up on is they try to use their arms like the Macarena, and they come over here, they grab their own bicep. What's going to happen is that Dave's going to grab my arm, and I'm never going to be able to sit there and apply this choke. And if you're in the wrong spot, you might even actually hurt and hyperextend your arm. So in this case here, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to place my hand, reach it behind his head, and grab my delt or my bicep. And I'm going to reach as I move my head. Obviously, I'm going to have to move my head a little bit. From here, I unwind my fingers and put them right on my bicep here. Now, in order to apply the choke, I'm not just going to hit, but I want to squeeze my elbows together, and I want to puff my chest, applying pressure to both sides of his neck and the back of his neck. So from here, I squeeze my elbows together, I puff my chest, and that becomes an extremely powerful rear naked choke. So again, you don't want to just be playing the Macarena here. You want to go ahead and just slip those fingers in nice and easy, then slip these fingers over here, squeeze your elbows together, puff your chest to really apply compression and strength on 3 different planes of his neck. Hopefully.
Well,
that's probably what Judge Mathis was talking about with the hand on the back of the you said the hands on the back of the head. That's probably what Judge Mathis was saying.
That just did something to me, because
I know.
That looked like,
oh my God.
That look, yeah. See, yeah, he said, "Wow." Yeah, see, that looked like everything that you needed to get the autopsy results we got. The redness on the back of the head, the throat structures, if they got damage to them, like all of that that hole looks consistent with the damage that we know of. That's kind of crazy.
Now, I know somebody in your audience said like they no snitching or whatever. But I agree with you on, we don't believe in that. And in fact, it should go even further. Everybody who helped with the cover up of this thus far, if it was the judge, that's the family member, if it was a cousin, hell, if it was a damn Uber driver, all of them need to be charged in it too, as accessory.
I agree. I think that like I said, I think a plethora of people, right? I'm with you on that. I think that once it comes out that there was foul play and we able to actually start pointing fingers and locking people up and issuing arrest warrants and all of that stuff, I think that list should be long as hell by now. For sure. Because you're talking about 20 to 30 people across 3 boats, according to Warren. We know that all 3 boats were in proximity to each other, 2 of them at minimum being tied together. One issued the other one a tow. So at least everybody on those 2 boats. If it's found that Nolan, which I've believed from the beginning, that he made it back to the mainland, alive or otherwise, I do think his body left Horn Island and was returned. I still believe that. So if they're all implicated. I'm with you. And then again, the judge lady, she put herself on the chopping block by doing what she did. So you'd have to implicate her in some capacity. Who else? Maybe the sheriff.
Even down
right?
to
Mr.
the sheriff who announced it within an hour, him too,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, Mr. No Foul Play, all of them. The list goes on. I'm with you. And listen, if you could beat the case, you're gonna have to beat it, right? But them charges got to get filed. DJ said facts. They definitely did, but the tribe is gonna stick together. Big Skull said, nah, I'm snitching. I'm not going to jail for nobody. That's why I do everything alone. Say that. Amanda said, Pierre, I believe it. He said, not gonna lie, I don't know that hole was dangerous. I definitely did that to somebody before, playfully though. Yeah, you could have smoked them. Good thing you didn't. He said, I have no reason to be afraid. I'm telling you how this shit gets because I know a person that died in 2023 that got involved with some rich criminals. They got tired of hiding, and that was it. Years later, I mean, I get it, but sometimes, I mean, shit. If you're not willing to die for something, you ain't living for nothing either. At some point, you know what I mean. If you're gonna let fear control you, you don't have no freedom at all. So, I mean, at that point, you gotta look in the mirror, decide what type of man you want to be. Like, I'm the type of person that'll never witness the police hurt somebody in front of me without getting hurt too. Or hurting, you know what I mean? Like, I can't be an onlooker. You know what I'm saying? It's not me. If shit just gonna go how it's going. Cheese said, would innocent people wipe their socials? Probably not. Ye said, so you rather live the rest of your life knowing you had eyewitness to a murder? It's people doing it all over the hood, Ye. Scared as hell to talk. Tone said, facts, or they not even scared to talk. They just think they keeping it real. Somebody family hurting like a motherfucker. Urban Tactics said, Warren is the first one to do damage control. His father put up reward. After Bart caught the heat. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me see. Are you on stage? But yeah, Candy Cane, did you have any last things that you want to offer to the audience? I'm gonna wrap up in a minute. Or Diamond, either one of y'all.
Just the only thing that I would say is I've had conversations with people in that age range before, and they all seem to think that we are in a post-racial world until something racial happens, and even still they'll deny it. So I just want to caution Black people, please don't let your kids grow up and think that shit is sweet. Like, at the end of the day, no matter how much they don't see color, that doesn't mean that the rest of the world, the rest of America agrees.
Classic.
That was power. Diamond, you got anything?
Yeah, no, I mean, she just said it all. Like, it's just we just have to be careful and teach our kids what they need to know, you know?
Absolutely.
Um, yeah. I don't know. I just appreciate you and everybody else that's been on this case like wholeheartedly because this really been bothering me and I just can't stop, being on everybody's like updates and thank you for like having me up here. That's
For
it. And I
sure.
and
For
I
sure.
just like want to just if the Wells families are listening, like I just want to say that you guys are really in my prayers, and I'm not just saying that. Like I woke up and like 2 o'clock in the morning. That's all that was on my heart was to just pray for them. So if just don't say that I'm gonna pray for y'all, just like really do it. So that's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate y'all very much too. Candy, I'm gonna send you a message. So be looking for your DM. I'm trying to put together my women's panel. So I'm gonna see when your availability is. And any other ladies that's listening, if y'all interested in being on my all women's panel that I host, it's called the Queen Codes. Just email me at theclassiccodes777@gmail.com, or the faster way is to just hit me up on Instagram at the Classic Codes if y'all interested in being on my women's panel. I normally try to keep it like under 6 women so everybody's voice could be heard. But I do try to, rotate people. So yeah, y'all just let me know if y'all want to be involved, and we gonna get that going. But yeah, man, we about to wrap up. I'm gonna pull y'all down. I appreciate both of y'all.
Yeah.
Let me see. All right, there we go. I appreciate the ladies for coming up, and also Tiffany as well. Appreciate you for tapping in with me on the call in. Germ sent the $5 super chat. He said the chokehold is illegal in many states. Cops can't even apply it. Yeah, and the way that it's applied, it makes so much sense with regards to if that was the case of what happened to Nolan, it would explain that redness back here and why they kept throat structures. Diamond said, I can hear, or I can't hear because, oh, okay, this was in a private chat. I got you. Let me see. I'm just trying to scroll through a couple of these before we move. Mumu said, I want to comment on the rear naked choke. It's a blood choke. It cuts off blood to the brain, but if it's applied wrong, it could potentially not come and break the hyoid bone in the throat. We might be getting closer to getting to the bottom of this. More questions we ask, more conversations we have, more experts slide through the chat, getting closer and closer.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Yes, Lord. Man, listen, I want to say to chat 333, y'all know y'all always hold me down, and I'm going to pull up and keep holding y'all down by being here. We probably going to do a subscriber-only live stream late tonight. So the people who going to be coming from the club or coming from the bar, or if you work overnight, probably late tonight, I should be doing a subscribers-only stream. It will be about the loudest person in the room. That's what the stream will be about, the loudest person in the room. So that's going to be a very interesting stream. I have unique takes about some of the things that people say about the loudest person in the room. So it's going to be a real dope conversation. I don't have it scheduled for a time yet because I don't know exactly what time I'm doing it. But when I say late, it's going to be late. The ladies panel, Amanda, reach out to me immediately, please. I'm trying to potentially do it tomorrow. So reach out to me immediately if you are interested. Any ladies that want to be on the Queen Codes, either hit me up by email or on Instagram, and we will put that together. Again, I try to keep the number of women to a certain amount, so if you are not selected for this one, it does not mean I didn't see you. It don't mean that you won't be on there. It just means it'll be probably the next go round or the next go round. So yeah, but yes, Nakisha said, go classic, go. Yes, Lord, we working. So and then my memberships. For the top tier membership, all my memberships are out right now. So for the top tier membership, that is going to include music catalog. This weekend, I will be uploading a couple of different pieces from my catalog for y'all to enjoy that are subscribing and becoming members of the Classic Codes. The top membership does include my music catalog as well as weekly members only streams. So not subscriber only, but members only streams that I'll be doing either pre-recorded or live and putting up just for the members. So, and those will be conversations that are a little bit more in depth, right? You get a little bit more of me on a personal level, my mentality, my perspectives, and my advice. I have a wealth of information that I can provide to people, and I like to learn from y'all too. So for the people that's tapped into the community at all levels, the free level, the paid level, you know what I'm saying, the monitoring spirit level, as long as your intentions is good for me, I appreciate you. And if y'all don't do nothing else, make sure y'all stick to the codes. We got another classic, chat. Yes.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it in the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah, I couldn't tell. You was around me